Hello, everybody. We will discuss on the world geography. The world geography portion that may comes in the examinations. In comes This is of quite obvious informative session as well. So, in the world geography, we will say about the examination point of view. Then examination will come with the either the physical geography portion, either the examination, the physical geography will come, physical geography and the human geography will also come, or the economic aspect of the geography will come. So, economic aspect of the geography will come. So these are some of the geographies that will come. That is what something also environmental geography will also come. Environmental geography. So see, these are the some of the basic geography in which physical geography will come with a good quite portion. That all the physical phenomenon which were happening in the geography that will comes under this geography portion. And in this geography, what we are going to discuss about the atmosphere. Here we are discussing about the atmosphere. वर्ल्ड ज्योग्राफी का मतलब है कि संसार भौगोलिक और जो भी संसार के यानी पृथ्वी की ज्योग्राफी, और एक होता है पृथ्वी का भूगोल, और वन मोर थिंग इज आल्सो देयर इंडियन ज्योग्राफी मींस भारत का भूगोल. तो इंडियन ज्योग्राफी एंड वर्ल्ड ज्योग्राफी, here we are discussing world geography and the point atmosphere. Atmosphere is done with everybody knows what basically the atmosphere is. What is atmosphere? Envelope of air that surrounds earth. Suppose we are living in the planet earth, different planets are also there. We will discuss in the sun and its planets. In the physical geography, we will discuss sun and its planets also. We will discuss different wave shapes in earth, plateaus, mountains, and we will discuss about the different activities, physical phenomenon like earthquakes, like what are volcanoes. So we'll discuss about the cropping patterns also. We'll discuss about the agricultural also. We'll discuss about the census in the human geography. We'll discuss about the economic, but we'll discuss about the wind phenomenons, how the wind, what are trade winds, what are western disturbances, what is westerlies, what is paschimi vikshov in Hindi. Nowadays it is in quite obvious discussions. So these are the environmental phenomenon or natural phenomenon which are coming in the what atmosphere, which are coming in this earth. So in the geography portion, generally the discussion will be on what? Generally the discussion will be on the physical phenomenon which are occurring here, which are occurring in the planets or the universe. If it is context to the world, then it is called world geography. Here we are discussing the topic atmosphere. So what is the atmosphere? Envelope of air that surrounds earth. Suppose that envelope of air, what is the envelope of air? What are the constitution of that air that surrounds the earth? That is called atmosphere, and extend 100 kilometers from the surface of air. So surface of earth, if it is what extended to the 100 kilometers, then that constitutes what? Atmosphere. And that is the gravitational pull on the earth that is held by something like 32 kilometers or some kilometers, that is having what? Gravitational pull on the earth. It means that every object that can be attached by the earth in itself, that is called gravitation. In Hindi it is called Gurutvakarsan, or that magnetic force that is going to pull itself towards itself to the earth, that is called gravitational pull on the earth, and that is held by the earth, and that is also in the atmosphere. Now the question comes, what basically the composition of atmosphere? How the atmosphere is getting to constitute? What are the various constituents? कौन कौन से वो संगठक हैं विच आर कॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड टू एटमॉस्फेयर, जो एटमॉस्फेयर का निर्माण कर रहे हैं और जो क्या बना रहे हैं? व्हाट वी आर मेकिंग, वायुमंडल. वायुमंडल वी आर सेइंग इट इन हिंदी. सो कैसे बना रहे हैं? सो व्हाट आर द कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स? द कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स आर सपोज्ड टू बी लाइक दिस. Nitrogen, it is having 78%. Argon, it is having 0.93%. Oxygen, it is what? 21%. Carbon dioxide, that is 0.03%. Neon, helium, ozone, hydrogen, they all are constituents. क्या क्या है constituents वायुमंडल के? नाइट्रोजन, आर्गन, ऑक्सीजन, CO2, neon, helium, ozone, hydrogen. So they all constituents, they are the constituents, and they compose the atmosphere. By what percentage? Nitrogen is 78%. Now the question comes, Now there is a general discussion, general point of discussion, that yeah, tell me, yeah, or let us know, or this is a quite obvious known fact, that what is the biggest constituent of the atmosphere? That is definitely nitrogen. That constituted majorly somehow about the 78% or more. So that is what that constituted with the biggest constituent. So what next is ozone, oxygen. So everybody needs oxygen. Every living organism needs oxygen. So that is 21% of the atmosphere. And what is argon? 0.93%. CO2. CO2 is the what? Is the present in a small quantity. CO2 or carbon dioxide, that is present in the small quantity. So the quantity that is present in the small amount, that is what carbon dioxide. So carbon di means 2, bi means 2. So it means that carbon dioxide that is present in small quantity, that is here look 0.03% of all these constituents, very least. So neon, helium, ozone and hydrogen. If ozone would be there, then only the ultraviolet radiation will not come into the earth, and the humans and all the organisms, they will be what skin cancer, they will avoid it by the skin cancer. They don't have any skin cancer then only. And the genetic modifications, the genetic alteration that may not happen due to the ozones if it will not come into the earth. So that is why ozone will also, hydrogen is there. So water vapor is the most significant component, because if ozone will be there, then ultraviolet radiation will not come. Okay, so that is in the stratosphere. We will coming here also in this. So ozone is also a constituent of what? Atmosphere. So now water vapor. Water vapor is a gas. This question will come definitely. This is a point of concern, that this is the gases. So here we have water vapor is a gas, and this is most significant component of the atmosphere. This is quite obvious fact here also. So what comes to be as atmosphere we are discussing in world geography. Geography is the natural phenomenon of the earth and or the planets, or if it is with respect to the world, it is called world geography. We are discussing atmosphere, envelope of air that surround earth is an atmosphere, extends to 1,000 kilometers nearly to the surface of earth and held by the gravitational pull on the earth. And composition, what composition is what? Nitrogen 70%, argon 0.93%, ozone is 21%, carbon dioxide 0.03%, with the least present in the composition of the atmosphere. And neon, helium, ozone, hydrogen, they are the components, they are the constituents of the atmosphere. Water vapor, that is gas, is the most significant component, which is of quite utmost importance. Now which is important is what? And geography, which are going to categorize into physical geography, human, economic geography, environmental geography, much more geographies are also there. So here the layers of atmosphere, what are the different layers? Now the nomenclature we are going to understand here is what? First one is called troposphere. Here we call to be as what? Troposphere, and then stratosphere, then mesosphere, then thermosphere, then exosphere. Here we call to be as troposphere. Shobh Mandal. We are called to be as what? Shobh Mandal. In Hindi it is called to be as Shobh Mandal. So we are going to call it to be as what? Shobh Mandal in Hindi. That is why it is called Shobh Mandala. And then Samtap Mandal we will also call to be as ozone Mandal, and then ion Mandal, and then Brahya Mandal, exosphere we will call to be as. So thermosphere and exosphere, mesosphere, stratosphere, troposphere. If you will discuss the layers of atmosphere, what are the different layers of atmosphere? So troposphere is the layer of atmosphere, stratosphere is the layers of atmosphere, mesosphere is the layer of atmosphere, thermosphere is a layer of atmosphere, exosphere is also a layer of atmosphere. We will have a detailed look here. What look? So if we are discussing here the troposphere, 18 kilometer at the equator. This is the stratosphere, and 8 kilometer at the poles. This is troposphere. So troposphere is at the 18 kilometers at the equator and 8 kilometers at the pole. So what is important here is temperature is decreased with height. As we go with the height, the temperature is getting to decrease in what? Troposphere. Or 90% gases of atmosphere are here in this troposphere. They are dealing in the troposphere. And what? Weather conditions, weather or meteorological phenomena, weather changes, meteorological phenomena, that may occur in what? that may occur in troposphere. Tropo itself means change. Tropo here means change. Troposphere, a sphere which is having continuously the change in nature, that is called what? Troposphere. There is a pause when the troposphere ends. The troposphere stops. That is called tropopause. Every sphere with stops with a pause. We will have tomorrow's discussion or day after, whenever we'll do with the diagram. This session will continue once more. So this is called what? Tropopause. So that the sphere which is having some pause or stop, that is called tropopause or troposphere. Now some questions or the important discussion is temperature decreases with height, and 90% gases of atmosphere it holds, possess, and weather changes and meteorological phenomena that may going into the what? Troposphere, and definitely 18 kilometers at the equator and 8 kilometers at the pole. Now what is a stratosphere? The stratosphere extends to 50 kilometers from the tropopause. If you see up to the 50 kilometers from the tropopause, who will be there? The stratosphere is definitely will be there, and this is having the ozone. That is why the stratosphere is very important for the ozone, because whenever there is ozone, there is no coming of ultraviolet radiation in the Earth planet. That is why we will skip with what? We will what? Protected with the skin cancer, likewise genetic modification or genetic changes that is somehow deformative, that is not positive in nature. So that what? That may be anything, that genetic changes. So that may be what? That may be saved with ozone, because it is going to what? It is going to reflect ultraviolet radiation that is not coming to the earth, and free from clouds. And definitely stratosphere is free from clouds. It is not having clouds, and that is why it is very suitable for the jet planes and the plane to run. So that is why this question will also come, and this is a point of discussion, that which one is good for the plane, for jet plane aircrafts, and that is the stratosphere. In the stratosphere, these aircrafts are going to getting to move. So that is what 50 kilometer extends from the tropopause. Now the next is what? Mesosphere. Next is what? Mesosphere. Now what mesosphere do? 80 kilometer extends from 80 kilometer from what? Stratopause. After stratopause, up to 80 kilometer, there is what? Mesosphere, and definitely up to extend up to 80 kilometer from this, and definitely in this mesosphere some also there, some phenomena are also there. And now the next one is there, thermosphere. So now the important things we will discuss: extend up to 640 kilometers from this mesopause, and then gas molecule absorbs X-rays, ultraviolet rays in this sphere. Gas ray molecules absorbs X-rays and ultraviolet radiations, rays also, that is getting to be emitted by sun. Everything that is to be, definitely sun is the supreme source of energy. This is a quite obvious question also. This is a quite obvious, is the supreme source of energy. That is quite known fact that sun is the supreme source of energy. It emits all the radiations also that is to be radiated by what? Sun, supreme Surya. So that is why long distance communication, this is of very good importance, that long distance communication that has to be done in what? Thermosphere. In thermosphere, long distance communication that may be addressed, or the communication which are having a long distance is the channel in which the communication channel that may be much more, that has to be addressed in the thermosphere, which is extended to 640 kilometers. And then exosphere. Now the next one supposed to be is the exosphere. In exosphere, extend up to 960 or something more, near about extension is there, and from the thermopause and trans on and what? Traces of some gas, traces of all the gases mostly, that will be found in what? Exosphere, which is called Bahre Mandal, Brahya Mandal is it is called. So Shobh Mandal, Ayan Mandal, Samtap Mandal, Madhya Mandal. So these are all the kinds of things. So they are called what? They are called the layers of the atmosphere. So layers of atmosphere which are very very important. All the meteorological phenomenon that is going in what? Tropopause. 90% of gases in tropopause. Ozone, stratopause. Jet planes, stratopause. Here, free from clouds, stratopause. All the meteorological conditions or weather condition, tropopause. Thermosphere, ultraviolet radiation that is to be suctioned, and X-rays that is to be by thermospheres also. Long distance communication is is also done in thermosphere, and exosphere is what transfer of gases here also. And one more thing, and definitely thermosphere, as we know, it is related to heat. So here infrared radiations are also there, that is to be observed by here. So for maintaining heat also, thermal means heat. So the sphere is also going to be responsible. So here we are just discuss about the atmosphere, and the atmosphere in which we just discussed envelope of air that surrounds Earth. This atmosphere extend this 1,000 kilometers of this, and we have held by the gravitational pull on Earth. And composition here, the maximum composition constitute nitrogen, oxygen is having 21%, CO2 is having the least, water vapor is a gas and is a significant component as well. Layers of atmosphere is tropopause, stratopause, mesopause, thermopause, and exosphere. And here we are going to deal with the world geography atmosphere. Geography, we are having different geography: physical, human settlement geography, economic geography, environmental geography, many more, much more geographies are also there. So we have done with in this today session about the world geography, which is to be topic as what? Atmosphere.